So COVID is a respiratory infection, but it affects multiple parts of the body, actually. And so it is much more serious than the flu. It is a virus that we haven't seen before, so people's immune systems in many cases are not prepared for that. And so every year we see a lot of people die from the flu, but when we were hit with COVID, actually millions of people died across the planet. It was actually the leading cause of death for a big chunk of the Hispanic population in Idaho in 2020. And so it is much more serious than the flu. It can have long-lasting effects. It can affect the kidneys, it can affect the lungs, the heart, the brain. It behaves in a much more different way than the flu. It is not just like having the flu. It's a little bit more serious than the flu. It can actually have some pretty devastating long-term effects for some people, and so that's why it's important to prevent it. The good thing is that there are ways now to protect ourselves against COVID. In areas where there is a lot of transmission of COVID, the most important thing is actually to wear a mask. And the good thing is that we know now when there is a lot of transmission in the community, so just stay tuned, pay attention to that, and wear masks when that is happening. Masks are fairly effective now at preventing COVID transmission, or either receiving COVID or giving it to somebody else, because a lot of people don't have symptoms when they have COVID. But one of the biggest tools we have now when it comes to prevention of COVID is the vaccine. The vaccine is very effective at protecting against particularly the more serious forms of COVID. So death, hospitalization, intubation, the more serious symptoms of it. The vaccine can actually help protect against those, and that's why it's important to take advantage of the vaccine. Yes, so great question. The technology that was used for the vaccine is actually is the first time we're using this technology in this large scale for this purpose, but it's actually not brand new. It's something that's been studied for many years at this point. So while we're just hearing about it in the context of COVID vaccinations, it is something that scientists have been exploring and have been studying for a long time. And the good thing is that at this point, billions of people have received doses of COVID vaccine, the COVID vaccines that we have available here in the United States across the planet. And so it's been studied a lot, and it's actually been proven to be pretty safe actually for all kinds of populations. So from elderly people, adults, women, pregnant women, breastfeeding women, children as young as 6 months old now can get the vaccine. And there are certainly some very minor side effects from the vaccine itself. There are some side effects, but when you compare what those are compared to the risks of having COVID, it is a no-brainer. The effects of having COVID can actually be devastating for people, and that compared to the very minor, if any, discomfort from the vaccine is just very significant benefit from having the vaccine.